Welcome to the igus Drytech laboratory. Today I would like to tell you about a sensational breakthrough in the tribology of dry running plastics. The sensation is called E3. For more than 40 years, igus has researching tribology, the study of friction and wear, in order to achieve further quantum leaps. There have been a lot of groundbreaking developments in recent years. Among many other things, an extremely abrasion-resistant bearing material for linear technology called A160, which can be even used in direct contact with food and that meets the requirements of the Food and Drug Administration, the so-called FDA. After years of research and countless tests in our laboratory, our developers have now managed to produce a material that has a sensational coefficient of friction. In many everyday situations and in industry, coefficients of friction determine the suitability of materials for specific applications. The pairing of materials is an important factor here, because not every material slides in the same way. One conclusion is, low coefficient of friction means low driving force. And maybe you know this from your last winter holidays when you prepared your skis or your ice skate blades to get faster. With our new development, E3, the coefficient of friction of the plastic glider in combination with the coated aluminum rail is below 0.16. If you compare this to some standard materials, you can see an improvement in the coefficient of friction of up to 40% and even more compared to conventional bearing materials. I would like to add, the systems are dry running without the usual external addition of oils, grease to the bearing point. The right recipe, the necessary preparation of the material and the precisely coordinated processing of the polymers are part of this secret of the coefficient of friction. In addition to the suitable base polymer, this also includes the optimal fiber orientation and length and the smart addition of friction-reducing solids. Slight changes in the treatment of the material quickly lead to significantly worse technical parameters. Therefore, we pay attention to the highest precision and care when compounding, mixing, drying and processing in the injection molding process. The new material that I am going to present to you today is called E3 and will be used immediately in our linear technology. To describe it more precisely, in the miniature TK14 series. This small linear guide is suitable, among other things, for laboratory technology, desktop devices, medical technology and so on. Because paired with its lack of lubricants, low weight and quiet running, this linear guide shows its strengths here in particular. In summary, what does this development mean in practice for the user, for you? First of all, the new phenomenal coefficient of friction offers operators an even more comfortable and easier moving of the slider in manual, hand-operated applications. Second point, in the case of motor-driven applications, the motor force can be reduced, or at best, the motor can select it smaller, since the driving force required is significantly reduced and energy is saved. And also, perhaps the most interesting point for designers is the new freedom of design and the construction. The 2-to-1 ratio that has been dominant for decades, which states that the maximum distance between the drive and the bearing, maybe twice the length of the bearing, is being replaced. For this linear system, there is now a 3-to-1 ratio and the installation space for positioning the drive is increased by 50%. Summarized, I would like to say, the required moving forces reduced by 40%, energy requirements for motors reduced by 40%, and installation space and design freedom expanded by 50%. Thank you.